I'm Chief Dr. Ifagbenishola Olalekan Ojeleke Atonda, the Akodawo of the city of Oshogbo, the Ààrẹ Alasa of Oshogbo land. I'm also the Asiwaju Awo Agbaye, the current president of Asian Religion Societies of African Descendants International Council, SADC, which is the counterpart of the Muslim World Group and Christian World Group. And I'm also a community leader in my town, and I wear the cap also of a very big youth leader. That is, I am the state commissioner for the Scout movement of Nigeria. I'm Osun State Scout Commissioner. Number one, when you talk of local, you're talking of tradition. When you talk of tradition, you're talking of nature. Like my Oluwo put in my head, my Oluwo of blessed memory, he said the ailments that we cannot take care of should be the ailment that God cannot take care of. So if there's no ailment that God cannot take care of, which means there's no ailment that tradition cannot take care of, no ailment that nature cannot take care of, because the ailment is part of nature, and nature can take care of nature. So there's ailment, but you need to look for what you need. Necessity is the mother of invention. If you are hungry, you look for food, and the right food for that, from that matter. If you are sick, you diagnose what's your sickness, and then you know what to use for it. See, there's a remedy for everything in this world, because God is not wicked. God does not create a thing that will be a problem that is not surmountable. It's like insulting God if we say that there's no ailment that can take care of anything, including coronavirus pandemic, by natural resources. That is possible, that is available, and in fact is already working, is taking care of it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it if we are so stupid. If somebody is stupid, you have a thing you can use in your home, but you don't take care of it, you don't develop it, you don't recognize it. So, and you want that thing to be taken care of, you have to spend your money, you have to do whatever, and go out and look for what you have. Yoruba says what we are looking for in Shokoto is in the pocket of your Shokoto, which means what is right there with you, because you don't take care of it, you don't care about it, you don't recognize it. So you have to spend your money and go and take from somewhere else. It is normal. You know, there are some people who don't even value what they have, and then they go valuing other people's things. Then you lose economically, you lose prestigious-wise, you lose fame-wise, you lose in all areas because you are stupid. So if somebody it's an act of stupidity. It is just stupid that you have a thing, you don't take care of it, you don't annex it, you don't make it useful, and then you go out and take from somewhere else. It just acts of stupidity, but you have to solve your problem, so you just have to do what you have to do. So the federal government going to Madagascar, bringing African medicine to take care of us here, that is the government. That's who the government is, because the government has not, has not yet recognized the resources we have inwardly and develop it. Madagascar, if they don't have an organization that is already proven to be good and recognized by government, they cannot be able to do that. But here we have not done that. We believe in foreign medicine. We believe in very many things foreign, because when you do foreign things, maybe some people who are advising the president feel that's the way they can have their own court. That's the way they can have something to cushion their own pocket or something. Because I say maybe, because I'm not accusing anybody. Because if not, why don't we look inwards for many things we need? It's not only on this. It has been happening for a long time, you know. So if we look inwards, it will be reasonable for us, and economically, it can pay off very much. You know, problem we have, our problem in Nigeria is religious jingoism. People believe that their own religion is superior to the other religion, which is stupid. Because every religion that has God at the center should be same, should be on equal footing. Incidentally, Nigeria is a secular country where religion is free, and people cannot deny the fact that the tripod of a religion, that the three systems of religion are real, are normal, were even recognized by the white man when we were colonized. The Christianity, the Islam, and the African traditional religion. And we believe that all of these remedies come from religious background, because this is faith. This is spiritual. There are a lot of spiritual medicine from Islam, a lot from Christianity, and numerous from traditional religion. But when you don't want to listen to the religion, you believe it's fetish. Just so you don't want anything that's a byproduct of that religion. That is the problem my government has in Nigeria. Until they understand that this is a secular country, that all of us pay taxes, and we have the resources that God, the little money, has given to us. And when Nigeria began, it was not on this. Nigeria was named Nigeria after a particular Odisha called Oya, the river Niger, an area around Niger. River Niger, English word, but native word is Odoya, the river of Oya. You understand what I'm saying? Then, why then do you decide to go to go negative to anything that comes from that, from your source? God has given us all of these resources. The religion we are talking about, nobody came from anywhere in the world to preach traditional religion to us in Nigeria. This religion, they all met. It is the Islam and Christianity that traveled and came in here. You understand what I'm saying? So why do you now condemn the native religion, the mother religion, and with all of the advantages that God has given us through that religion? That's just it's baloney. You understand what I'm saying? So unless we look inward, I don't know how to come about it. I don't know, like the religion we're talking about in Nigeria, that is the religion of the soil. And when you talk of organizational structure, when Islam came to organization, Christianity came to organization and things, and the white man told our forefathers, organize yourself too, and they did. They started a thing since 1795. We have the document. And the white man knew that that religion is so superior as answer to everything that we need. And so they dodged, and they made sure that it was not gazetted until a year before they left. That was 1959. 1959, it was gazetted. So we had organization for the traditional religion, for worship. We have organization for the traditional healing, documented. But they refused to use this because when the white man left, the people that have been in governance are Christians and Muslims. And so they don't want to recognize what is the mother thing. And that's why we have been sovereign. And without the recognition that they will not use anything that is for us. You know, they say it's fetish. Till today, they still, when the president was thanking all of the religious people, he mentioned Christianity, he mentioned Islam, he did not even mention African religion. And the president cannot tell me that he does not know there are people who worship God not through Islam and Christianity in the north. The Boris, there are so many. Our people are there, and they are good, and you can never find them killing people, stealing, or do anything ugly. All of the problems you have in Nigeria now, when you arrest them, you see the Islamic people there, the Christian people there. You don't see the traditional people there because we fear God better than them, and we have the resources for everything. Why do you, in the name of your narrow religious thinking, punish people? throw away things that are useful, that are given by God. All of what we have in African traditional religion and the products, which is African traditional remedies, are natural, given to us free by God the Eledumare. Why don't we use them? There's nothing you want to do in medicine that you don't use water. The time of Ebola, what took care of Ebola? It was water. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Now, this coronavirus pandemic has come. We of African traditional religion, we always ask God, what's going on? Even when you don't have a problem, you talk to God. I can remember on the 28th of February, I, as the current president of ASADIC, which is the Asian Religious Society of African Descendants International Council, where we have the Onirisha as the chair of the Board of Trustees, last chair of the Board of Trustees, we decided that, okay, the term of the executive was running out. We have to have a new executive. We had new executive to say, okay, how shall we reign and the new town will be good and beautiful? We have to consult God the Eledumare. When you talk of divination and consultation, you don't consult anything different from God. You can have the Orishas. They are all messiahs of God. They are the agents of Eledumare. Eledumare created this world for us to live in here and put the Orishas to govern, to teach us way to live pain-free. And so we went to Ile-Ife, we went to the house of Odua, we told the Araba we needed to talk to God. The Araba gave us Babalao to divine, and the Oba Isoros, that is the head of all of the Orishas, were there with me and some of my executives. And we had a reading. We only made a reading to say we want peace, we want candor. There was nothing like coronavirus then. We didn't hear about it. Though I went to America for about 90 days. And when I came back, I passed through England. By that time, it was not in England. But I got the wind that it was already in China. Some people come to talk to me, don't go to China, something is going on there. So I came into the country at the end of January. And by the 28th of February, we had a reading. We consulted Eledumare in Ile-Ife. And we have an Odu called Osun Iwori. And say, hey, will things be good? He said there's going to be a fight. And this fight can be taken care of by Osun, which is the deity of water. We should go for Osun to Kola North. They mentioned a lot of rituals. We did the rituals. But a stanza came out of the reading that made us know something was coming that is terrible. So when this corona thing came, we knew exactly that, oh, this is what Ifa was talking about. Even though we had done the rituals, we've taken care of it in Ile-Ife. And they said, Ofunwori. A stanza says, Ofunwori magbeyin. Divine for Oro. Oro is called the spirit of taboo. Oro was going to the city of Egba to govern and tell them that they should not defile all of injunctions. They told Oro to do rituals. Oro did not do rituals. I say, hey, they know it is compulsory that they have to obey me. They have to do things as should be done. It is an injunction from Eledumare. I don't have to do rituals. I have to go. He went there. When Oro was not respected, he wanted to fight there. But because he did not do rituals, they circumvented all of his efforts to fight them. They blocked him. Anywhere he wanted to fight, they blocked him. Oro was disappointed. He had to come back to the Babalao to say, hey, I am Oro. I'm a spirit of taboo. When people fought me, they must suffer. They did not allow me to fight. They say, because you did not do rituals. That's when Oro did rituals. The ritual he did, it was armed with bullets. Bullets, when you throw a bullet were the instrument of warriors when they want to fight. But people associate bullets with Shango. They associate bullets with Osun. They associate bullets with Obaluaye. But they don't know that Oro too has his own bullet. Oro went the second round. They say, anywhere they say you should not throw your bullet, you throw it. Oro went back to the city of Egba. You don't obey me, you suffer. They say, do your worst. He threw the bullet. When another say, hey, don't throw the bullet. When they say don't throw it, that's when you throw it. He threw it and even was throwing it to their kings, to their leaders. So he had no place he could not throw it. And that's why you see the coronavirus going into the palaces, went into Buckingham Palace, went into every visited governors, and sealed people in. The Orisha that can seal people in tradition is called Oro, the spirit of taboo. It is Oro that is now fighting because we fought him. What is Oro? Oro is a taboo that is a thing that you have to do and you don't do right. When you want to marry, they will say there's an Oro of marriage, which means there's a code of conduct when you want to marry. You fault it, you are faulting Oro. When somebody dies, they say they have to do the Oro for the rite of passage. You don't do it, you are faulting Oro. There are a lot of things we do in this country. We embezzle, we do so many things. In the world, they kill people, they behead people. We do a lot of terrible things in this world that God does not approve, which means we fault the spirit of taboo. The rite of passage are not respected, and that is what is called coronavirus pandemic. And the only way is to go back to the drawing table, to do it that should be done, so that you can have a result that has to be given to you. People are sealed up now. Don't go out. You cannot do business. You cannot even go. The home is sealed, the outside is sealed. That is Oro, because we fault it. If the government of Nigeria recognizes African traditional religion, we could have told them this is what is going on. You remember the Ooni of Ife did a thing in Ile-Ife. He said they should seal the town because they wanted to venerate Oro. It's a result of the Odu Ifa that we did. So they had to venerate Oro. Because if you don't venerate Oro, you get into trouble. And I, being from Osogbo, I had to venerate Osun to make sure that, yes, Osun can please help us to beg Oro. Because every Orisha recognize female entity. Osun is so significant among them that when she talks to them, they listen. And now, what do we do? Wash your hand well. Papa, what do you use? Water. Drink well. Water. Take this herb. Take oranges. Take lime. Can you have any fruit without water? No. It is water. It is water that is the greatest solvent. The greater percentage of the composition of human being is water. So if I was talking right when he was telling us what he was telling us, we did the rituals. And we believe that even it could have been worse, if not because of what he did in Ile-Ife on the 28th of February. The records are there. Because whether the federal government recognizes us or not, we recognize ourselves because God has to be recognized. We are doing what we're supposed to do. And until my country recognizes this secular thing, that whatever benefit, whatever is good in Islam, same may be in Christianity, and same, if not more, is in African traditional religion. It is through African traditional religion that you can see all of these herbs, all of this treatment, all of these powerful words you can talk to make it happen. Remember, the Osun State branch of Asadik, called Traso, they did a similar ritual. And that's why they say, hey, put palm oil in front of your house so that Obaluaye and Oro can be appeased. They did a lot of other things apart from that palm oil. They even used a masquerade to carry Ebo, that is representing the heavenly people. The coronavirus pandemic does not attack the dead. It only kills people. It does not attack people of the heavens. That's why Traso, in the state of Osun, used a masquerade representation of the heavenly people to carry rituals called Ebo to make sure that things are not terrible. And in Osun, if not because of the people who came from Côte d'Ivoire, we couldn't have had that number. And if the government of Osun had done it right and sealed our gate, before those people came in, we could have recorded zero virus in the state of Osun. And see what is happening now? People are even faulting the spirit of taboo. That's why we're in trouble. When they say this is how you should do it, and you don't do it, you are getting into trouble. Are we doing it right? Even with all of the codes they are giving, all of the conditions they are giving, are we doing it right? They say, hey, there's blockade state to state. Do you want to tell me that people are not infiltrating into a state from another state now? In the name of, oh, we are bringing food. In the name of this and that. Why can't we just obey the law? The law of God. The law of human. Why don't you obey the law when they say people are in government and they give instruction? Why don't you obey it? Why so difficult for us? They say there's lockout. Is lockout really working? Seriously? When they know people wanted to riot, they tell the people who are doing the lockdown enforcement, hey, please, just concentrate on the main road. Leave the nunks. The nunks are human beings, not in the nunks. Do you make a law for the main road and not make a law for the nunks? How many people do you find on the main road? How many people live on the main road? The law should be more effective in the nunks than even the main road. When you talk of vehicles, it's not vehicle that really ply the main road too much. But if the nunks are taken care of, go to anywhere, you see people just walking about doing or whatever, oh, they don't give us food, oh, they don't do this, oh, they don't do that. Look at what happened in Kano. Some people say, hey, damn corona, papa. They wash their hand and they drink it. Let it come and meet them, and it met them. See the trouble now. We find it difficult to obey the law of God and the law of the state. We need to obey the law. It is faulting the law, not obeying the rules. That's why Oro came sealing us up, telling us it is a law because it did able. So what is happening now is Oro fighting, and Oro, being an Orisha, can use the power of all other Orisha, Baluaye, Ifa, whatever, because you cannot disgrace him, because he's sent into this world by God to moderate, to make life better for us. So when you refuse the injunction of an Orisha, you are refusing the injunction of a Ledumare. And you know what? It is people that disobey law of God that God will punish. People who obey the law of God, God will not punish them. Yoruba says, Katoba selobage, it is the finger that falls that is cut away. The same thing, the law of the state. Look at the people who are enforcing. If you stay home, nobody harasses you. But what do you want outside? When they say stay home, it is for a purpose. It's not for oppression. Because they are advised by medical people. They are advised by intelligentials that this is what we can do to minimize the problem that is already on ground. How do we minimize this? We need to obey. Disobedience can kill. And that's what is going on. There have been a lot of efforts. We do a thing we call the Isheshe Day, the African Traditional Religious Day, which is August 20. There's no time we do August 20 that each state will not contact the government of their state. It is states that come together to be federal, that will tell them, this is what we do, this is who we are, we introduce ourselves, we register our organization. Just like our forefathers started in 1795, they were able to gazette their paper only in 1959. Incidentally, when we reawaken the old thing and we wake it up again, we have re-registered the aesthetic I'm talking about you. I'm talking here. And we have a registration. And we have done what we're supposed to do. We have written the federal government. We have written all the state government. We let all the others know that this is what is going on. And they know, but they don't want to do. If we don't know make-up, why did Governor Aregbesola, when he was governor of Osun State, why did he recognize our group and give us holiday? We have been enjoying holiday for African Traditional Religious Day for about say 6 years. Every August 20 is holiday, and we are telling the federal government to do the same thing for us, and we are doing it. And the next thing we want to do, if they don't listen, we're going to take them to court. Now we have to take them to court because we are taxpayers, and Nigeria is a secular country. Remember the time they were doing they did a seminar coming together on the law of Nigeria. And then they call every religious group. They did not call we African traditional religious people. We talk and we know that what they did was going to be a fallacy. It ended up to zero. They did nothing, because if they don't do that. But let me tell you, the people who are in government, they are there for a purpose. Many of them don't put the love of the country at heart when they're doing it. It's for their personal thing, self-centeredness, their own ego. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them go there to steal money, to embezzle. Some of them go there to promote their religious inclination. You know, so that is the problem. That's what's going on. Many of them go there for a purpose. The purpose they go for is what they follow. And some of them, even when they are there, they could have been told by their religious people, hey, anything that is not our own, don't support it in the house. They do it. You know what I'm talking about. Yes. But you wait and see. We have to go to court. We have to go to court now, because we have everything to use. We have everything to use against them. Look at it. Go to Abuja. You see Central Mosque. We spent a lot of money. The same thing, because Abuja is supposed to be the capital of Nigeria. The same thing, they gave money to the Christian. You see their cathedral there. Where is our own? They will not answer. Look at the airport, international airport in Ikeja. They build a mosque there for people who arrive into the country to be able to worship. They built a church there. Where's our own? They gave it to one organization to just mess up there. Why? Are we not taxpayers? These are the materials we want to use in court. I remember the case of one governor in this state, Governor Dr. Prince Oyinlola. When we approached him, we did not hear any result, and then we had to go to a forum he created that any member of the public could come and see him at the television house. We went in there and we confronted him. This amiable governor told us that no one presented our letter to him. His commissioners, he said, they did not even tell him that we have sent out any letter. So some of these head of state, there are some people underneath who are agents of destruction, who go there to represent their religious faith, will not let the head of government know what was happening. Dr. Odiola told us, nobody. He said, hey, any of you, my people, did you show me any paper? They were looking like donkeys. That's why the governor said, you know what? 2 days time, come to my office. Let's talk. We went to his office. That's when he recognized us, because he did not know before. He gave us room. Unfortunately for him, he did not spend much time before he was kicked out. That's when Aregbesola came in. And Aregbesola followed up immediately. Did everything he should do. They have been blackmailing him. Oh, he's not a Muslim. He's an Olorisha. When he's been supporting you, Muslims, you don't say that he's an Olorisha. But now, because he said that, see, hey, we are all citizens of the same state, why shouldn't we have recognition? He will attend our programs. He gave us holiday. And we see places, churches that are on the road, that he had to bulldoze and pay them money, almost times 100 of the worth of their thing. They will not talk. We remember the Baptist people when they were fighting him. By the time they got a lot of money, they kept quiet. You see what I'm saying? And now they're talking why that is supporting Olorisha. Are they not Olorisha themselves? If they are Christian in their home today, how about their father, their grandfather, or great-grandfather? You meet Orisha there. Why are people so untruthful, lying, denying themselves? So we have made efforts, and we shall make more efforts. But court is going to be the last resort. We have to sue them because they say we are not together. Now we are together. Asadiq has over 150 associations under the body, both home and abroad. And the leadership is rotational. I'm the current president. I spent first term, I just won election for the second term of 3 years, and that will be it. Somebody else will come in. So that it's rotational. And the SADC is the umbrella body for all of the associations. Just like we have the Christian Council or the Muslim Council, that's why we have the SADC and duly registered. So that is the way we have to do it, because we look at the law, we do it as should be done, and we expect the result as should be. And all our people understand this. There's no other group that can say they're on the same equal footing with SADC. SADC is the greater umbrella body. We have Atoyo, Alaafin, we have the Asha Orisha. That's culture. They are independent. But that's culture. SADC has the religion. Culture is just an aspect of the religion. Because you take your culture out of your religion. Because religion is gods. All of these Orisha that are sent to this world, they come to this world to administer. That is the law of God. The world is an extension of the heaven. And the center of it is Ile-Ife. Ile-Ife, Ile-Ife. The extension of the spiritual grand to the physical grand. That's the law of God. So, we are doing our best, but we shall do more. Because we are not the type of people that will take placard like the other people. They say, hey, no, we want to fight. We don't do that. We are religious people. We respect people. God says, before you respect me one time, respect human 2 times. Because God will not come physically by himself. He will send human beings. The president of the nation may not know what I'm talking about. Just like an example of when Governor Oyinlola was the governor. Yeah, he didn't know. And when Aragbeshola knew, he did his best. Oyo State has done the same thing. But we have some obas that are not supposed to be our obas. Some obas that forgot how they got there. Some obas who want the government to even step down the very ladder they used to get to the throne. Who wants to tell the government to enact law to say that when Oba died, they should die through their faith, stupid faith. There's no Oba in Yoruba land that was installed through Islamic injunction or through Christian injunction. It is through Orisha injunction. Why do you get there and now say no to that Orisha? You harming the city, you causing problem to your community. And that's when Oro is fighting. That is coronavirus. A lot of them are there, they're stupid. And when you have the Oba of real stuff, he will tell you that, hey, Oba is Igbakeji Orisha. And some of them that are talking nonsense, that know they are the head of Orisha and things, you will see what's going to befall them. We don't fight to protect Orisha. Orishas protect us. Because Orishas are celestial. They have power better than us. I cannot protect Orisha because I don't have the power Orisha has. It is Orisha that I beg to protect me. And if you say Orisha cannot do anything, let's wait and see. It is a child that is insulting Iroko tree. What can you do for me? And looking back, no same day, no second day, maybe not even a month, but it's coming. It's coming. You can be sure. It's coming. All of the people that are faulting taboo is coming. When the child is doing taboo and nobody asks him, what he's going to ask him is going to ask him someday. One is asking us now. We are blocked up. That's it. But I'm still not comfortable because our people are disobedient. The government is doing the little they can do. Well, when you disobey, the governor that is telling you stay home is protecting himself too. You know how many governors that were attacked by coronavirus? If a whole chief of staff of Nigeria was killed by coronavirus, what are we talking about? It's no respecter of being. No respecter of governor, head of state, king, or who, what we have. This is Oro. Oro says, Musawo Ofun, Wori. Musawo Ofun, Wori. Musawo Ofun, Wori. Wow! He has done his ritual. The taboo has come to ask now. You do it right, or you done for. That's it. You don't tell the watchman back. The watchman, hey, stand up. The load at his back does not make him stand up. The problem is there. That's the thing. It is not the governor that is sending the coronavirus to you. It is not the president. The coronavirus is no respecter of anybody. You better obey or you are done for. Some people decide that they are not going to obey and they die. Let them die because they want to die. You cannot prevent somebody who say wants to die. You don't want to die, you obey the law. You wash your hand well. You keep distance. Nobody comes to my house without covering your nose and your mouth. And you cannot be closer to me than the stipulated. I will not allow you. I mean, that type of thing. So let us obey. Disobedience is the cause. It's just mere ignorance. You know, when somebody is ignorant, he's stupid sometimes, you know. You see, and you see, he doesn't want to know. You see, Yoruba says, find out about yourself. Know yourself. Know the meaning of your name. Know where you come from. When you know about yourself, know about your family. You know about your family, know about your city. Before going out to know about other places. When you refuse to know who you are, how do you appreciate it? Because they don't know. And their parents too are stupid because they don't tell them. Because they are indoctrinated with a foreign religious jingoism. You understand what I'm saying? The guy does not know. That's why he doesn't want to be a Ogunfumi. He doesn't want to be a Shango-Deyi because he was not told. If he's been told that, hey, this is Shango house, truthfulness is our watchword. Shango doesn't lie. When you lie, Shango kills you. When you steal, Shango is the thief catcher. Who get you, kill you, and put what you steal right on your chest. Ogun is a soldier. Is a warlord. Is always honest and will protect his city. So when you are from Ogun house, you have to do that. When you have Shango house, you have to do what Shango does. All of these, they have to lecture their children. But many of them do not know because of what? Because of so-called civilization. Because they travel to England. They go to school. They go to Catholic school and things. People who use all of these things to brainwash people because we were colonized in Nigeria for what they wanted, not that we were stupid. And so they use religion, they don't know God, and things like that. So we have to wake up to know who we are. If the child knows the meaning, he's going to go back. He only doesn't know, he's only stupid, he's only ignorant. It's ignorance that causes all of this. I have to know my name, I have to know where I come from, and I have to know what I should do, what I should not do. Each home may have even some taboo. What you can eat, what you may not eat. Or when you don't know it, how do you live a good life? Some people have been falling with some diseases which come out of taboo. Things they should not eat in their home, and he eats it, and he gets into trouble. You see, you're a child of Obatala, and you're drinking palm wine. How will you not get into trouble? You're a child of Obatala, and you are a friend of Ogundeyi, and you go to the Ogundeyi's house to eat. Ogun people drink palm wine easily. You understand what I'm saying? They eat dog, easy. These are type of Obatala. And you go to your friend Ogundeyi, and you use a cup, they take water in their pot to drink. Don't you know you're already getting your taboo into your system? But if the child knows, hey, Ogundeyi let meat outside, I don't want to use the cup in your house. And things like that, because he can get into trouble. And this trouble may not be same day, maybe after a long time. They know, oh, he has cancer. Because they don't know the meaning of the disease that is befalling that person. They don't know. It's ignorance. We have to let people know. And this government, that is government of the Christian and the Muslim. That's what they make themselves. And it has to be government of the whole world. We have been telling them, I think the next thing we'll go to court. Court is going to settle it because we are taxpayers. And our religion is the mother religion. It's before Christianity and Islam. And all of these others who do not do what they're supposed to do, we have to tell the Orisha to take care of them. Orisha may see them, and maybe the man wants to live 100 years. Orisha can add another 100 years and make it 200 years. If that is the decision of Orisha, it's not my business. But we have to tell Orisha, this is what they do. What Orisha wants to do for them, we are not to decide that. So we are not wishing anybody bad. But we have to make a report of you, what you are doing, destroying the world. It is not compulsory for an Oba to be Oba. If you say, oh, you cannot obey the injunctions, go give the place to somebody else from your family who can do it. Go and be king in the church. Go and be king in the mosque. Don't be a king in the house of tradition. It's not working. You're poisoning yourself and poisoning the city. Yeah. Obas are born, not made, which means you are from a particular lineage. You have to follow. Maybe because there are too many Obas now. But when we talk of Oba now, I want to talk of Oba pre-independence of Nigeria. When we talk of the monarchs that already on, when the Oyibo man was here, then you know. Maybe there's some offspring that come from different places and things, but see, you go into the deep of it. Even the crown itself, there are some crowns that are original crown. There are some crowns that were given to Oba by government. That, hey, oh, let them have that. And our Oba should be very careful. Because when they hand themselves over to government, and government is making all the rules, the same government can say one day, you have outlived your usefulness, go home. And that will be the end of it. Because you have given them everything, they pay you, they give you salary, they make you minister, they make you this, so. So they can say, you know what? Thank you, sir. Go home, we don't need you again. You cannot say anything that time. Because you have made yourself Oba of government, not Oba of people. In those days, Oba were the richest. Oba will have the greatest number of wives, greatest number of children, greatest number of greatest expanse of land. Oba make people rich. We never had a situation where people go and make Oba rich. But now it is people that enrich Oba. Some Oba will have to go to a money man in town to say, please help me. We never had that before. So that's the problem. If you are true Oba, you should be the richest person in your town. Anybody that has money in your town must use that money to take care of the palace. Because there's no separation between the palace and the Oba. So the palace is the town is the palace. That's what should be. You know, that's what people don't understand. Oba should be finer. No richer person than Oba. No more powerful person than Oba. That's what should be. You are poor, it's Oba that should make you rich. Oba, that is, I want to be a kingsman so that I can have a name. Not that Oba has to be any Oba to be the right-hand man of a rich person in town. That's no Oba. You know, that's the problem we have. And that's what affects our religion. If Oba is supposed to be the custodian of the religion, and he's a churchman, then what are we talking about? He's an Islamic man, then what are we talking about? And he's sitting down in the home of tradition. What are we talking about? And you say there will not be taboo. Orombinu, taboo is annoyed, and that's why we have the coronavirus. Until we do it right. It's not going to end soon. I'm not an apostle of doom. I'm only trying to explain the situation as I see it. We didn't know coronavirus was coming before we do the divination in Ile-Ife on the 28th of February. And he talked. Go to Ife, go and ask Araba. And Waraba will call the Tedimale Awo that he instructed to do the divination for us. And we did it in the house of Oodua there. So what are we talking about? So all of we Orisha people, our associations, we are coming together. We have a big umbrella. And when they don't do what they're supposed to do, we shall go to court. We are not going to riot. We don't riot. We don't carry placards. But we want our right to be sorted out by the court of law. We want to claim everything they owe us. We don't ask Christian not to exist or Muslim not to exist. Let's coexist. That's what we're talking about. Ours is the mother religion. And all of us that are against the tradition, they should be afraid of coronavirus. Because they are offending the taboo. And they may be visited by the spirit of taboo. That's what the Odu said. Osun wori. Thank you very much. The way you see it is not the way I see it. If you are telling me this 20 years ago, I will say yes. It went down. It's not coming up. You should congratulate us. If you have ever attended the Osogbo, you'll see year in, year out, we have more crowd. Because the Orishas there, beautiful, intact, and those of us who believe in it, we take care of it. Because Osogbo is not owned, Osogbo is owned by Osun. Osogbo does not own Osun. There wasn't any town like Osogbo before Osun. So Osun owns Osogbo. If you are in Osogbo, your Osogbo children, and you say you don't recognize Osun, then you are nobody. It's that you don't recognize your mother or your father. You have nowhere. You are nothing without it. It's different. Osogbo is different from all other towns when you come talk of Osun. You understand what I'm saying? Osun owns this city, and it's not going down. It's going up. So that type of thing, and it will be going up and up and up, because it's the power of Orisha, not power of human. You understand what I'm saying? So we thank God for that, and I appeal to every other city that is owned by different Orisha to please remember the bargain between their ancestors and the Orisha. What was the settlement? We are following the settlement between the ancestors of Osogbo and Osun. And that's where we're progressing. That's why war never ravaged Osogbo, and it will never. That's why this city is a city of peace and candor, and it will continue like that. And we advise every other city to find out what is their bargain, what is the genesis of their town, and obey it. Know the child of who you are, so you can have a peaceful life to live. So when I advise the cities, I advise also every child, know who you are. Some children don't even know who they are. How many families now do Ikosejaye, the third day rite of passage, to know where's the child coming from, which Orisha is on his head, how can he live a good life, what type of wife you can marry in future, what type of job you should do. We're not doing that again. Parents must come back to do that, to help the children to decipher the dream of a child that coming from heaven, that had something to do in this world. That's where we got it wrong. We have to go back to the drawing table to do it as should be done, and then we can have peace. So I thank God that it's going up. Every town now wants to identify with a particular Orisha. If you check, since Osogbo has been recognized, and Osun has been recognized by UNESCO, so every town says, hey, how about me? How about me? What's my own? You understand what I'm saying? You know, when it comes to Oloja, no person in Ile-Ife will not want to do Oloja festival, because that's the festival of the dawn. Even though the Oni of Ife went beyond, amplify every other Orisha. That's why we have Oba Orisha, many of them in Ile-Ife. Oni of Ife, really spent money. He told us that, hey, if Odisha were living in huts and mud houses those days, where were we living as humans? In mud houses too. But if we humans are not living in mansion, why can't Odisha live in mansion? And that's why he's been building mansions for Odisha and Ile-Ife. So I expect every town to build mansion for the Odisha. This is not a matter of a fetishness. They have to think all of this Odisha came from God. They were not buried like human beings. They left. They came mystically. They came mysteriously and left mysteriously and left injunctions. Go and find out the injunction. If you don't do it right, you're going to get into trouble big time. Let's go and check what's going on so that we can live better life. Our life should be better than we are now. And if you see people who do it as should be done, they're comfortable. I know there are some children of Odisha that abandon their Odisha and they get into trouble and they now go to some Muslim to take care of them. And when they get to the Muslim guy and you look at them, he knows he's an Odisha guy. That Muslim cleric has another Odisha man helping him. He will not use Odisha of his father to take care of him and take money from him because he lost his own cause. That's what is happening. I'm not kidding. I know. I have samples. Yeah, it's not that I have samples. I know of a particular person that was a child of one of our big fathers in Ifa. This guy was brainwashed by a woman and turned Christian. His father talked to him, he left the house. He was a big boy, he even went to university. And he got into trouble. So when Christianity was not good again, he went to Islam. He left his own thing that was born. He was one. I don't want to mention his name because I don't want problems for his children because he's dead now. You know. And he went to one Muslim to help him. When he was in that Muslim house, they said they want to do some stuff for him. The Muslim people have a babalawo taking care of them. And they put the babalawo in another room, and they now told the man, hey, wait, we're coming. And by the time he was helping them, through the screen, he saw that that man is a child of babalawo. He came back to tell us. He said, hey, do you know so-so person? The child of so-so person in so-so city, I don't want to mention. It's the person the Muslim are taking money from. And if I they want to do for him, is what they ask from me. You can imagine that. We pitied him. We pitied him. But by the time he wanted to come back, it was too late. He's dead now. He left his own father thing. He left his own origin. He went to another place and got into trouble. Just wasted his life. Why can't you be satisfied with where God sent us to? God saw other fathers before he sent it to your own father. And when you are born of your father, that's your father. You have to follow through. Anything a person that does not respect and do the biddings of his father is going to do the bidding of another person's father. And it's not going to be comfortable, man. It's going to be terrible. The Orisha in your friend's house will not come looking after you or give you injunction. It's Orisha in your friend's house. It's not going to come over you. It is Orisha in your own house that will come over you, man. Know who you are. And don't turn a journey of 1 mile to 1 million miles that you cannot complete. That's the problem we have. We know Nigeria is a secular country. We know we have Christian, Muslims, and things, and some of our own traditional people, we encourage them to go into politics so that we know that, because some of them who are in politics, who are Christian and Muslim, they come to us to do prayers, to let them be there. And that's why some of them now that come to us, they want to respect us, they want to give us honor because they know who we are. And things are changing now. But a lot of them really recognize us. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We want to do more. On state level, we're going good now. Osun is good now. Oyo is good now. Lagos is getting good. You know, it is getting good. All of these places we have to visit and make sure that they get good. We don't want to riot, man. No riot. We want to go good. And then Abuja will be the last one. And when they don't listen, they will listen in court. No fight. We just truthfulness. We have our papers. We have our things. And we are together now. And some of our organizations, our people who do not understand yet, who are self-centered, if because they are not the head and things they don't want to cooperate, we don't want to care. If you don't want to cooperate, good luck to you. Your children will cooperate. We want to do it for the good of our tomorrow, for our children. That's when those of us who are in the executive now of SADC are doing everything. We have branches in all over the world because Odisha is worldwide. Don't be ignorant. That's my message. I will use the same word, don't be ignorant. It is ignorance that is affecting our people. Because a person says that, oh, the governor cannot lock us up again, is ignorant. Because the governor does not say stay in the home because of himself. It's because of you. We have to obey the injunctions of people in governance. They have laid it down. They have a committee. They work on it. And if you have any advice, give to them, they will obey too. They don't ask us not to use anything that can be preventive. Sometimes prevention is better than cure. And some of these ailments we are talking about is going to start with cough, then sore throat, then you cannot breathe well any longer. If you have cough and you take care of the cough will not go into throat pain. You understand what I'm saying? And when you don't have throat pain, then you will not go into losing your breath and things, you know. And there are a lot of things you use. You know, people write it out. You have a lot of things. We have a lot of leaves. We have, lemon is lemon. English medicine is lemon, not fruit. Lemon is fruit. Ginger is fruit. Nobody has said that all of these things are not working. Dongoyaro, you know, is it not leaf that people have been using from time immemorial? Is water not available? Wash your hand all of the time. Is hygiene not important? Why don't we obey all of these injunctions they give to us? And they say that this thing can mutate, can go from person to person. And they say keep distance. If you go outside now, you see a lot of people even hugging themselves, holding themselves like, God, great damn corona. What are we talking about? So if the government come and start arresting them, there will be noise. That's the problem. So government should continue to enlighten them because they are ignorant. And those of us that are ignorant, let us have awareness that all of the injunctions of government is to our advantage. Disobeying them is to our disadvantage. Government today cut the short. We put them there. We have to obey what they say. And that's when we can have peace of mind. Stay home, keep the injunctions so that we can get out of this trouble. That's my own advice.
For the people that love me, for the people that got me, I see the way you support me.